An artist once said, "I'm always happy when I see something I don't understand." What does that mean? Welcome to Caseback Watches, my name is Tim, and in this video I'd like to present you 5 freaks. Those are the watches I came across during my research for the video series Watch of the Week. Those are the watches where I censored myself. I thought then, oh, you cannot present that to the guys, they will not like it, and it's too freaky, it's too crazy, you cannot do it. And then I thought, you know what, why not? I mean, why limit ourselves, right? And so this is the B side of the single, if you will, so 5 freaks. And let me tell you this is not to bash watches as freaks. I want to present you 5 absolutely crazy timepieces, outstanding timepieces, and somewhat idiotic sometimes, but there's always something very beautiful and remarkable with those watches, and I want to show you that. And I don't want to present you the entire sheet of specifications here, okay? I don't want to present you every little screw and detail and movement number and so on. I just want to give you an overview, a beautiful look on this timepiece, and then I want to explain what I find outstanding and what I find totally crazy and so on. And 2 little disclaimers. I will spare Hublot out because we all know that they make crazy watches. That would be a little bit boring, I think. Second, do not buy a watch you see in this video. This would be absolutely mortal. I think the resale value of one of these watches here is between 10 and 50% of the retail price, and so stay away from them, at least new. But if you own such a watch, if you own one of my 5 freaks, then please send me a wrist shot to casebackwatches@icloud.com. I would love to see that, and I would love to present it here on the channel. But now let's go in a row from, let's say, mildly violation of human taste and sheer massacre of insanity. Let's begin with Russian manufacturer and well known for its crazy designs. And also for proper watchmaking. This is not the garage or the startup or the Kickstarter campaign. This Alexander Shorokoff is a proper Russian watch company and well known for crazy designs, as I said. And here they present you the Fedor Dostoevsky, a commemorative piece for the famous Russian writer. He wrote books like The Gambler, The Idiot, and in fact Dostoevsky was a gambler himself, and he dealt his lifetime in the 19th century with poverty. Then he was fair off a little bit, and then again he lost everything in the casino. And I mean, to make a watch for a writer from the 19th century with a roulette wheel on the dial, or cards, the ace of spades on the dial, and such items is really, really crazy and somewhat, why? I mean, are there really so many fans of Dostoevsky who want their idol on the wrist? I don't think so. But look at the watch. I mean, the colors of the watch, and it's so cheerful, and there is really a game running on the dial of these watches. Overall might be slightly tacky, but look at the case form, for example. Look at the case form, 43 millimeters to 43. Height is 12, sapphire. And look at the position of the crown. This follows, of course, the design of a pocket watch. And this together with the lugs, those strange lugs. You know what? I really love that look, and I'd love to see that watch on the wrist. Maybe you have one, then again, please send your wrist shot to casebackwatches@icloud.com. And note the numerals, please. You can see this on watches like the Tissot Banana or watches from Frank Müller. Very classy, very inspired by Art Nouveau, and so in a way very beautiful. And so this watch really is between noble and somewhat dodgy. Don't you think it's somewhat dodgy? And the price, by the way, it's a fairly expensive piece. 5,500 euros. By the way, I know a source where we could borrow a piece for a review. I think, let's discuss this after those 5 watches. Let's continue with the next one. Sconvolto, Ammortizzato, Tipo F. Ammortizzato, what does it mean? Ammortizzato, I have an idea, but not sure if this is the real translation. But here you have a freaky example, Italian design from the 80s. And I personally, I was inspired by Art Nouveau, Art Deco, and for me this watch is at first glance a joke, absolute joke. But show it to somebody who loves his Alfa Romeos from the 60s, 70s, 80s, who loves Vespa, who loves this interior chic, the Italian interior chic you see on posh coffee bars, or not so posh coffee bars actually, in Italy. Show this watch to him and or her and he will go like, oh, wow, what's that? And the features are quite strange and crazy. We have here heat-treated aluminium alloy, hand-polished, anodized, and EPD coated. The watch measurements are 41 millimeters to 55, and they write here shatterproof, distortion-free PMMA crystal, which is plastic, ladies and gentlemen. Plastic is that sheer plastic. Bracelet, Italian calfskin, premium natural rubber, but inside is a Miyota. So basically we have here aluminium, plastic, Miyota, and the price for the watch is available in 2021, by the way. The price is 1,000 euros, or let's say 1,200 US dollars. Yeah, crazy, I know. But this is a sheer piece of design. This is not that you don't buy a tool here. You buy the design, the Italian design from the 80s. And if you, as I said, if you like your or love your Alfa Romeo, maybe the watch resonates. At least it really jumped in my eye, this watch. And this is the reason I wanted to show it to you here. U-Boat is an Italian brand and they produce drastically exaggerated versions of diving watches, divers, or two watches for the water, for rougher environments. And it reminds me always of films and TV series like Das Boot, which is marvelous, by the way, very exciting, or those drama movies from Japan with Godzilla in it and catastrophes all over the place. Those watches really remind me of those of these movies. And my pick here is the Capsoil. Look at this. Stainless steel case, 45 millimeters in diameter, sapphire crystal. So huge thing, watertight only to 100 meters because it's more an accessory, of course, than a real tool watch. And it's filled with oil. Yes, it's filled completely with oil, except the little bubble. The little bubble under the domed sapphire. And I mean, look at that. I cannot help myself. I find this really bad-ass design. This bubble reminds me of a dangerous malfunction underwater. It's absolutely exciting. And next to this thing in Panerai is a nice old lady. And imagine this watch a little bit smaller, 42 millimeters. For some people, this would be absolutely wearable. And the price is not entirely crazy. It's 1,560 euros. Those are roughly 1,800 US dollars, I think, for this distinctive look. And this design comes, by the way, with the Swiss electromechanical movement. What does that mean? Swiss electromechanical movement. No idea. Let's debate this in the comments. Another Russian, Raketa. Raketa is Russian for rocket, by the way, rocket. And here we have the Raketa Avantgarde. And Raketa is somewhat specialized in crazy designs, a little bit like Alexander Shorokoff. And here they present you the Avantgarde, and it follows, wait a second, I found a beautiful sentence on their website. At the beginning of the 20th century, Russian avant-garde artists such as Malevich and Kandinsky decided to radically move away from mainstream classic art towards a new form of abstract art that was free from any kind of association with our physical world. Their paintings are characterized by colorful shapes freely floating in an endless white space where the rules of gravity do not exist. This, my friends, is a beautiful description here, and more. If you show a painting by Kandinsky to a kid, for example, it probably will like that picture, that image, that painting pretty much, often more than the distinguished art professor, because there's some positive vibe in this style of this artist. And so I really love how they implemented this to the watch design. And some basic specifications here: 40.5 millimeter is the case diameter, waterproof to 50 meters, automatic in-house movement, sapphire on front, mineral glass on the back. And the thin arrow is for the seconds, the ring for the minutes, and the large arrow is for the hours. And this is not a brand new design. They had this before. This is a fairly new watch, but they had this before. What was it? Copernicus? I think Raketa Copernicus featured those hands in that way. And I think this watch really adds something to the world, so to speak. But if you wear it every day, I think it will affect your mental health. The price, by the way, is 1,150 euros. And on the watch forum, people asked if this number if the digits are correct. More realistic would be 115, but I think this is very, very harsh. Little bit stiff, the price, but it's an interesting and beautiful watch, at least in my opinion. My neighbor is playing trombone. Is this a trombone? Oh my God. And he's starting with the instrument. Oh my God, this creates a problem. My second favorite freak, or is it my favorite freak? It could be my favorite freak, because I mean the Graham Emergency Gold. This watch plays so bluntly with the reputation of a pimp's watch. Ordinary people bring their Rolex Submariner to the pawn shop, but here you have the chance to bring sheer gold to the pawn shop. You have to break the case, you have to beat the crystal in pieces, and then you have your gold bar in your hand, and then you're well off. Well, you're not exactly well off, because there's only 1 gram of gold in the watch. And it's meant to be a chronograph with a 44mm steel case, automatic movement, this steel patented fast action start-stop trigger and reset pusher, sapphire crystal with a printed minute scale, and waterproof up to 100 meters. And as I said, 1 gram of gold. I mean, this is extremely ridiculous, impudent, useless, because 1 gram of gold only is 50 to 60 euro or US dollars, but at the end, very funny. Like an item from a movie with Mike Myers. But it would be extra cool if there was real value in the watch. Maybe a bar of platinum or diamond or gold with a diamond, something. Which really represent thousands of dollars or euros. This would be very cool. In that form, it's a gimmick. In that form, it's a freak. And the watch is limited to 50 pieces, and it retails at 5,450 euros. This is over 6,000 US dollars. Wow. Okay, let's take off. I need my dossier, the destination Moon. And the manufacturers MB&F and L Epée, they write, space isn't empty, it's filled by imagination. And what they tried to create is a clock, an expensive clock, which follows the science fiction tradition of the 60s. And I saw the watch and I had to think about the V2 rocket made by Germany in the 30s and 40s. And Tintin, of course, in his famous travel to the moon and the rocket there, which followed, by the way, also the design of the V2. And this is a fairly advanced thing here. It has an 8-day power reserve movement, and it follows, as they say, the basic design of a real spaceship. Power in a rocket comes from the base. The power for destination Moon comes from the oversized winding crown in its base. The management and control system of a rocket are above the power source. The same holds true for destination Moon, which has a vertical regulator controlling precision below the time display, as well as the time setting knob at the top of the movement. And the thing is made of metal and silver, because there's this little silver figurine in it, and this is Neil, the space-suited astronaut here. Body silver, helmet stainless steel. Well done. And what I really love is that the thing is so open that you can see everything, because again, this reminds me of Hergé and Tintin and their travel to the moon. Because Hergé, to draw everything properly, he used a model, and there you could see it. And you can see it in the comic book as well, that he has used a model. But this is so nice that you can see or feel this rocket going straight to the moon, but you can't see inside. It's like a little, I don't know how to put it, a little puppet house. But I really, really enjoy that. And do you want to know how to read the time? Really? Okay, wait. Reading the time is, fairly unusual here. Where's the time here? Ah, there it is. 2 stainless steel discs with stamped white numerals respectively indicate the hours on top and minutes as they line up with a streamlined double-ended pointer above the regulator. The time is set by a central knob in the very top of the movement. And the clock is about 40 centimeters tall, so like that. and the weight is 4 kilograms, and the price, well, I'm presenting you here freaks, so there's no room here for normality, for sanity. And so the price, let's spare out the price, right? Do you have to know the price? Really? I mean, you wanted to know how to read the time on this thing, and yeah, now you want to read the price? You want to really know the price? It's 20,000. 20,000 euros, or I think about 25,000 US dollars. 50 pieces out there. Let me check this. Yeah, 50 pieces out there. And yeah, so the chances that you got this on your dinner table or your coffee table is very, very, very small. But if you have one, please put it on your wrist and send me an image to caseback@icloud.com. Okay, those were my 5 freaks. And now to that idea. I really want to see that Fedor Dostoevsky in real life. And I know a single person in Germany who can make this possible. And I think this is Julian Kampmann from Polyot 24. I doubt that he has the watch in stock. I absolutely doubt that. But maybe he can arrange it, that I can borrow it for a few days. If you like that idea, if you want to see the famous writer in form of a wristwatch here on the channel in the lightbox, then let me know, then I try to get one. And if you like my videos, then please consider subscribing. It's super helpful for me and encouraging. And if you want to see more shots I find interesting, then please follow me on Instagram. It's caseback_Tim. And now let me thank you very much for your attention, and maybe until next time.